Great Hall, which we saw a ton of last set.
Yep.
And we're going right back to it.
Definitely worked out in favor of VipR. Sandstorm and Ethan are going into it. We don't see that weird Hattori pick coming out. Aggz0 and VipR are definitely not two to switch their legends very often. We're going right into it. Game number 1 of Losers Finals. Ethan picks up the first sword and VipR is denied. Aggz0 fighting Sandstorm off the side and getting hit by that side light, but they're doing okay. No damage really being exchanged here, and Aggz0 finally picks up a weapon. He does. Ethan does not get that recovery, and now they're fighting against each other. VipR trying to find that pivot neutral light. Ethan keeping Aggz0 off on the side and doing a great job. An amazing combo, that roll off side light from the platform, but Aggz0 returns with his own string, and VipR down there, Sandstorm to death, and he gets Ethan on the way down.
Down there. Sandstorm is done. Ethan, is he going to follow?
He is. Double KO coming out for Ragnar. VipR opening up amazingly off the side of the stage and showing that Sandstorm without the scythe on the gauntlets just was not enough to be able to overpower VipR's axe, and that was a quick double kill in under 30 seconds.
VipR just absolutely dominant. That Ragnar axe, the down airs, they hit so hard, they send straight down. You've got to watch out.
But Sandstorm gets a return recovery onto Aggz0. VipR fighting against Ethan off the side of the stage, but now Sandstorm is on the weapon that we know him for best, and already showing up on it as Aggz0 is taken out. VipR already in the orange. Ethan has been taking a little bit of a beating, but he's got Aggz0 off the side of the stage, and he could potentially go for some off-stage shenanigans. VipR on the middle, accidentally downlights Aggz0 as he goes on his way back, and Ethan and Sandstorm are knocking Aggz0 left and right.
Really just piling on that damage. I wonder if they kind of identified, hey, he's usually the first to fall. If we can get a couple team combos on him, we've got a 2v1 for the rest of the match.
Oh, and a nice snare coming from Aggz0 with a neutral stick. Almost combos into Sandstorm. Sandstorm's so aware of his surroundings. Oh, excellent finish on a VipR, but he was watching Aggz0 accidentally get connected by VipR's neutral stick.
Beautiful.
Tried to get a recovery KO conversion off of it. They still get the KOs, and now the red team, despite losing both of their first stocks within 30 seconds, are now in a lead. Ethan off the side of the stage. Can VipR get this edge guard once again? No, Sandstorm very well of Ethan's positioning. Unarmed recovers him into his safety on the top of the Great Hall, and we're back into the neutral game, and Aggz0 and VipR seem to be losing out on it. Good recovery, but that's not going to kill Ethan just yet.
Yeah, I think VipR and Aggz0, all right, they cleared Sandstorm. They're going to be looking to clear Ethan. Just keep these 2v1s rolling.
That'll do it. VipR is on fire. I think all KOs have gone in his direction, especially in offstage edge guards. That weapon toss to be able to finish off Ethan, and now with that stock lead, Sandstorm trying to be able to combo off of Ethan's attempts. Nice side lane to recovery, puts VipR in that position again, but he doesn't dodge out of the way. Ethan doesn't get punished for that gravity cancel side stick, and now Aggz0 is in between Sandstorm and Ethan, and Sandstorm's gone off stage, goes for that ground pound. VipR ready to work. Good interrupt on that nair.
Uppercut off the top, VipR still hanging on. Aggz0 getting so damaged, no, off the side, double kill! Ethan showing his worth, just clearing the field, leaving VipR alone, and now we're gonna start seeing those team combos. Look at the conversions.
Oh, he tried to get that nair to get an active input to throw him past. He still finds it. There it is, and the down tick finishes it. Oh, VipR barely managing to live. They could go for another one, but that's 2 team combos already. It's looking already so unrealistic for VipR in this game number 1. No neutral stick finisher, but at this point, anything will do. Ethan's trying to get some opening, but if VipR gets him off stage, all 4 KOs have been off stage so far, but the recovery is still not KOing VipR, so tanky on this dragon, and he's got Ethan off stage. Downer does not connect. Sandstorm and Ethan are trying to make this work out, but every single one of their combos are just barely not KO'd, and they know that they just have to wait. Wall slip is activating. VipR has the exclamation points. Will he fall to his death? He makes it back, and this is that downlight.
Sneaky.
Scythe downlight. There we go. Down finishes it, and oh, Sandstorm with the
unnecessary
flash.
roughness.
That is really difficult to do. Like the trajectory that VipR was flying at, it was so quickly, but he still manages to catch him in the middle of that, finish it, and just make a statement with those team combos. They have practiced those day in and day out. I do want to mention that the reason why that downlight didn't hit is because South Downlight's a little unique. It reaches forward, but if you're in between, it's kind of like a gun's hitbox, where it won't actually activate with you, and that's why he was able to survive there. But they still managed to finish off that stock, and that was amazing. That's like 4 team combos on one poor
and I
dragon.
love the way that they set them up. They've got Sandstorm in the front with the scythe, so that way he can actually just pull the opponent in and create that sandwich. They don't have to do it from movement beforehand.
Very few moves hit in one direction and bring them to the other. I think the only one I can really think of is like hammer recovery or down air, where like it hits from beneath but throws them up towards the top or from the bottom. Now we're going to game number 2. Great Hall is being picked once again, and Ethan and Sandstorm are feeling very good after that because they had a very early deficit that they turned into a victory.
So Ethan using that speed, going for the quick rotation. Sandstorm kind of caught out alone for a little moment, but you know what? He is the new 1v1 champion.
And he is showing why that is. But Ethan Nader has to recover to the other side. VipR off the side of the stage, tries to get that edge guard on Sandstorm, but not this time. Sandstorm puts on that down signature. Aggz0 has an opportunity to stop Ethan in his tracks. The finishing on Sandstorm. Can he bring it over onto Ethan? Ethan recovers high, gets disarmed. They're both chasing after him at the same exact time. Ethan can't find a weapon. There's the nair. Finds the spear. VipR's got an opportunity to go for that falling Sare. Nice looped in there, but the neutral sig will get the KO off the top, and VipR and Aggz0 take a solid lead once again, and this time not off the hands of Gimps, but just straight neutral wins.
Yeah, and I mean, that Ragnir signature is one of the best anti-airs in the game. It's just that arc of flame.
And it seems as though
Technical malfunction happening.
we got a controller disconnection message. So let's make sure that everything's okay. Ethan's kind of giving us a little bit of a look. Hopefully all the things are working out. Maybe his USB thing came out. And the Great Hall is loading in. And okay, we're going into this match. We're making sure that everything's okay. Voters just double checking with Ethan, and we're going to be going into game number 2. Watching out for Ethan to be able to lose that stock, and then we're going to go right into it.
Yep, hopping right down off the edge. As soon as he respawns, touches the ground, we are good to go.
Already going up for those weapons, and everybody's able to pick one up. Okay, leaving off as the game has previously been. VipR going up for that down lane. Sandstorm and Ethan now playing at a stock deficit as if they were before. VipR finds Sandstorm off stage. Aggz0 exchanging some blows with Ethan, and Ethan finding that side lane. He's going to be going into this game number 2.
Oh, beautiful team combo, putting Aggz0 into the orange, almost off the side. VipR trying to clear, give him a path to stage, but he gets caught up himself.
And now VipR having to use that weaker recovery to get back to the stage. Aggz0 finds himself falling to his death. 2 downers, 3 down airs coming out, and Ethan ground pounding towards Sandstorm to be able to help
went for
him.
the save, but is he going to
VipR.
fall to the same thing?
Okay, recovery comes out. VipR finds more down airs. I'm pretty sure almost all the moves that VipR's hit this map, okay, well, except for that nair, has been down airs. And they were able to do so well. Ethan barely being able to recover, and only after being put to yellow to orange. That jumping ground pound, being able to connect Sandstorm as he dodges in place. A good lead coming out here for the red team, and Ethanator has already been put into the red. Aggz0 trying to find some sort of starter onto Sandstorm. He goes into those scythe moves. The neutral sig goes high. If you don't jump, you don't get caught by those flames. That's how that neutral sig works. And so they were able to space around it properly. But Aggz0 falling to his death again. 2 quick stocks being taken out. Can VipR get the return kill on Ethanator? He can. The recovery just barely not touching the stage as the stocks are slightly evened up. But Sandstorm down 1 while VipR still hasn't lost a single one of his own stocks.
I mean, he's been that stock tank for their team all day long. Absolutely. So he's still got 3 left. Sandstorm trying to force him off the side. They know they need to take out Aggz0. If they do, they have the access to those 2v1 team combos. They can just burn through all of VipR's stocks.
Oh, and there's that team combo that you were just talking about VipR still not dying to it. VipR finding the guitars, avoids out of the way of that down sig from Sandstorm, and now trying for that neutral sig. Okay, good attempts from VipR, but finally VipR gets killed off the top. Sandstorm may closely follow, but Aggz0 is so damaged here, and even though Ethan started off this match with 1 less stock, Aggz0 and Ethan are almost completely even with how the offstage game has been going.
Oh, VipR sniping out Sandstorm, sending him down to his final stock. Ethan alone for a moment. Whoa, crazy up high. That was so dangerous.
Nice recovery coming up from VipR to reposition, puts Sandstorm in a dangerous position. Aggz0 dodges out of the way of the recovery, and Ethan is gone. All stocks lost. It's now a 2v1. Could quickly become a 1v1, but still a stock lead coming out from VipR here, and Sandstorm is just waiting patiently, gets VipR off the side of the stage, tries to take out Aggz0, but Aggz0 is spacing patiently around the signatures of Mordex. Sandstorm clearly has his eyes on one target, keeps tossing VipR aside with those active frames. Recovery sent high. VipR getting hit by so many of these scythe down airs, and now Aggz0 being sent off stage with the recovery. Can Sandstorm finish it? He can't finish it, and
Sandstorm again just getting sent down into the pit. That's not where you want to be when VipR's the pendulum, just swinging that axe down air.
Oh no, Sandstorm is juggling both of his opponents off the side of the stage. Uses that nair, accidentally active inputs Aggz0 back onto the stage, sends Aggz0 off the stage, but now getting hit into the bottom of the Great Hall. Aggz0's off stage. Nice falling there coming from VipR. Aggz0 gets a rising there, and Aggz0 is ready above him. Sandstorm, can he make it back? He cannot. Game number 2 goes over to VipR and Aggz0.
All right, so that is the change that they need. They want to take out Ethan quickly, so that way Sandstorm is left alone. I mean, VipR's axe that game was absolutely insane. So many down airs off stage.
It's been insane every game, but it was absolutely integral that he was able to get those down airs off stage. And those down airs, while you're thinking, oh, he's just jumping and pressing down air over and over again, there's so much that goes into those reads that you can't see with the naked eye that makes it look so much better for VipR in this situation, because it is hard to get down air edge guards, 3 to 4 several reads off of jumps, off of dodges on your opponents when they're desperately trying to get back, especially when their teammate is helping them like Ethan did with that falling ground pound.
Yeah, and he even aimed them against the opponents when they were in those little magnifying glasses off screen.
Yes, and that's a skill in itself, to be honest.
All right, discussion coming out from Ethan and Sandstorm. What's going to be the map ban? Are we going to go back to Great Hall? I'd personally like to see a change.
I would as well. We're taking a look at it, and you're correct. You're absolutely correct. Great Hall is banned out. You can't see it on the screen just yet, but they're going into it. You're going to see map selection process happening. Mammoth Fortress, Thunderguard, and Twilight are available, and Mammoth Fortress is most likely what it seems like Aggz0 wants to do, but some deliberations going between VipR and Aggz0 as well. Finally has the decision made. Ethan and Sandstorm staying in the same legends, as well as Aggz0 and VipR. Game 3 is coming up. No strange stocks deficits happening this time. It's definitely just going to be 3 and 3 stocks versus 3 and 3. And a weapon spawn already going in favor of Aggz0 and Sandstorm. VipR and Ethan decided to duke it out with their unarmed, and Ethan picks up the 3rd weapon spawn as VipR remains, getting hit aside by Sandstorm. And being carried off, his jump's actually very low.
Man, Aggz0 really just wanting to go rotate, help VipR, but Ethan is there, edge guarding. All right, smart reset to the left-hand side, but Sandstorm, the quick rotation.
VipR hasn't found a single weapon yet. Finally gets back onto the stage, but only being able to, and this Sandstorm with those amazing signatures, being able to put them into the deep red. Ethan and Sandstorm barely taking any damage here.
Uh-oh, VipR's axe off stage. That's what spelled disaster last game.
Nice recovery coming out, tries to go for that down signature, sends Aggz0 towards Ethan. Ethan with a very late side stick gets punished by Aggz0's recovery in the hammer. Weapon toss primed, charged for a while, actually just stops Ethan in the middle of the recovery, doesn't drift far enough into Mammoth Fortress and falls to his death. VipR not being hit by that recovery, and the weapon toss saving Aggz0's life there with that nice job by VipR. And now VipR and Aggz0 both being sent off stage, and the dive kick will finish it. Is that going to be the double kill for the blue team? It is. The dive kick stops Aggz0, and now Sandstorm has had the stock lead while he's in the red.
Rolling 2v1 against VipR, danger off the side. Sandstorm Scythe, it can just rip you out there from mid-stage.
Boy, a nice gravity cancel down stick, dodged out of the way by Sandstorm. Trying to find that down stick finisher, and Sandstorm with the Scythe loves being in that position because he goes for those downlights to catch players as they rise above the stage to get their jumps back. VipR has the guitars, hasn't found the axe too much this game, and Aggz0's off stage, getting kicked by 2 nairs off the side. Sandstorm trying to get the recovery, manages to make it back, and Ethan has Sandstorm covered. The falling Sarah will finally do it. It's 2 stocks to 2.
That's all right. Now it's 2 stocks to 1. Ethan versus VipR. Ethan can't go down. If he goes down here, Sandstorm, I don't know if he can stand it alone.
The team combo's coming out here from Ethan, though. And a nice side stick. Ooh, falling down airs. Good job. Has Aggz0 off the side of the stage. They might be able to even things up here, but Sandstorm going in for that ground puck. Gets an air right afterwards. VipR trying to... I think he thought Aggz0 had enough jumps. He had a perfect opportunity to save them there, but there's a little bit of a miscommunication between both of those players. It is now 3 stocks to 3, and VipR was quickly taken out. Sandstorm maintained that stock lead between the blue and red teams.
The fastest turnaround I have seen in 2v2 today. That was absolutely crazy. Sandstorm still on 2 stocks.
Now Ethan and Sandstorm fighting out in the middle, and VipR with a nice little neutral stick there, sending them off the side of the stage. Aggz0 is trying to get something started, but Sandstorm's so great with the scythe, sending his opponent towards Ethan, but Ethan's already taking out VipR. VipR now on the middle of the platform has Sandstorm off the side of the stage. If they can get this KO, they can definitely focus on the Ethan, but the neutral stick is going to send it back into the stage. It's not going to KO at that point.
Yeah, whenever you bounce off the ground, you lose a bunch of that force. Oh no, Ethan going down.
And
VipR
down
just
air.
sniping out this axe. So much damage.
So this was blue team's game until that double kill occurred. Now we've got a 1v2 where if he could take out Aggz0, maybe he can fight against VipR. He's been showing some success off stage, but if any team combo here starts, we've been seeing more of them from Sandstorm and Ethan than we have VipR and Aggz0, but anything can happen here, especially with Aggz0 on the sword. VipR sends Sandstorm off the side of the stage. The gauntlets have not been what we've been seeing Sandstorm getting the most success with, and already VipR opening up the nice neutral and a down air. Oh, VipR accidentally catching Aggz0 out of that combo.
Sandstorm definitely looking to take out Aggz0. He wants to turn this into a 1v1. He just took the 1v1 tournament, but VipR's not going to let him take the stock here.
Sandstorm catches him out of the ground pound with that nair, and the down seg sets Aggz0 flying. Sandstorm now has a 1v1 against VipR. Tosses the weapons aside, trying to find his favorite one. There's the scythe. VipR disarmed, goes for the gauntlets, just knowing that VipR has nothing to work with. Sandstorm on the middle of the stage goes for that D-light. If he can connect with that D-light, he can go to a ground pound. Sidelight sends him off stage. Nair, active hitboxes. Sandstorm doesn't go for that neutral stick, and the recovery gets it. VipR sending him off stage. He doesn't have a recovery, but the Slayer into the stage gets a chase dodge. Will the down air come out? Sandstorm has to wait very patiently to get back on the stage. He does. Okay, but the recovery sends him flying. He's still not dead. Sandstorm waiting for a weapon to respawn here. Nice sidelight. The Nair's not going to be able to do it with the weapon toss. Continues the combo. VipR has a guitar. He can go for the down stick, side stick, anything. He doesn't quite connect it. Sandstorm still living down air. Dodges out of the way of the weapon toss. It is so close. Can Sandstorm make this 1v2 work?
Gotta watch out for the Spitfire.
Not connected. Weapon toss is exchanging. Both players are so close to dead. The ground gets it. VipR manages to clutch it out. Such a close exchange between both those players. VipR probably sweating after that one, being like, geez, that was a 2v1. Why was that so close?
My heart is in my throat right now, Taza. I thought for sure Sandstorm was bringing that back, but VipR's clutch factor is just too real.
And with the ground pound, no less. I was like, at that point, they were getting so damaged, I was expecting a Sair to do it.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? That guitar ground pound, it falls so incredibly fast, just zooming down on top of you.
And now a 2-1 lead for EU. looking more and more likely to have that EU Grand Final. Europe completely represented here at DreamHack Atlanta. Brawlhalla World Championship is happening, but Ethan and Sandstorm are not out of it yet. Game number 4 is coming up. They do have one game on the board, and they can potentially take this through game number 5 and losers finals. This is it for grand finals. It is tournament. It is match point.
This is exactly what you were talking about. Look at this. The switch to Mirage.
There it is. They're down 0-2.
They've got the double scythe.
And now a whole nother hurdle for Aggz0 and VipR to climb because they've not fought against this Ethan yet. And the double scythe could be, the scythe is definitely what they're having the most trouble with. You saw Sandstorm scythe in that 1v2. What's going to happen with that fight against 2 of these weapons, against the 2 best scythe players in the world? Aggz0 and VipR are definitely going at it right now. And Ethan and Sandstorm are fighting their own battles. Aggz0 completely destroyed by Sandstorm, and the recovery finishes it down in under 20 seconds. Ethan accidentally connected with Sandstorm here, but it's already looking so great for the blue team.
Man, that scythe, it really just splits you into the 2 1v1s whenever you want to, and Ethan and Sandstorm are the best in the business for that.
VipR trying to find that downer onto Ethan, has Sandstorm separated, good nair, follow up from Aggz0. Sandstorm disarmed because of that neutral that comes out, and now Sandstorm trying to find that falling sidelight. I would not be surprised to see him toss those gauntlets away to get onto the landing, but the falling Sair gets the KO. Ethan off the side of the stage. Can Aggz0 and VipR get this confirmed edge guard? No, they just let him back, and now Ethan only in the orange here on his first stock, doing so well in this Mirage. Aggz0 and VipR kind of moving in one, and that side air almost does it. Does Ethan have the jumps back? Good job by
giving
Sandstorm.
him the lift.
And he goes right in between VipR and Aggz0, not ready for that nair, being able to push Ethan to safety. That was the stock that they needed to take, but instead Sandstorm, with some quick thinking, is able to secure Ethan's first stock and hold on to it. And now Sandstorm looking like he's going to be taking out one of VipR's.
Man, Sandstorm, you do not want to fight him in a 1v1. You will get sent down. He will come out on top. And that's just showing Ethan finally losing his first stock, but Aggz0 deep in the red, VipR trying to give him some coverage.
Sandstorm was very close to being able to lose that second stock there if they wanted to keep going for the edge guard, but they were too afraid of Ethan respawning. But VipR really bringing out the damage here onto Ethan. Nice combo, good neutral light, puts Ethan off the side of the stage. Aggz0 and VipR have control over the stage. Good job by Ethan, but the nair into recovery from VipR puts him even closer than the orange. And the down airs, the VipR down air, so terrifying no matter what weapon you have him against.
Don't lose your stock this soon, VipR.
Okay. Oh, the neutral stick combo coming up from Aggz0. Ethan was the stock tank, and now he's very close to losing the second one. Aggz0 gets sent off, but a trade immediately onto Ethan. Sandstorm and VipR duking it out, and Sandstorm getting the better half of the trade. VipR tosses that axe down, picks it right back up, and Ethan falls to the nair to be able to put even more damage on the VipR, but no team combo just yet. Aggz0 and VipR working desperately together to be able to secure something onto Sandstorm in the side air. Barely doesn't do it. He still has his weapon. They're switching over to Ethan.
I like Aggz0 on this hammer. He's been finding side air hits left and right, just splitting the opponent team so wide, and each hit does so much damage.
Oh, and the Mirage signatures are being showcased now. Sandstorm gets hit out, though, and Ethan is taking a lot of damage. He was looking so good on the first stock. Sair into weapon toss. Ethan forced to recover high, using that spear recovery early on, and Sandstorm with the gauntlets is not just working out. Nice sidelight coming out from VipR, and Ethan finds that Sair. Can that send VipR off stage? Sandstorm trying to get these down signatures to be able to spike his opponents. The Sair does it. Is VipR down? Is Aggz0 down? They're using each other for support. Aggz0 being knocked up by VipR, but unfortunately bonks his head. That was so cool. They both didn't have jumps, so they were hitting each other with the weakest moves to activate their chase dodges. They just barely weren't able to make it back, and now VipR's in the 1v2, but if he can get right through Sandstorm, he can take out Ethan and possibly make this a 3-1 to have the rematch against Cake and Addy. Sandstorm and Ethan want anything but this, and Sandstorm is doing such a great job by himself. Tosses it to Ethan, but he downlights in the wrong way.
Fighting for their tournament life, and here's another combo, putting VipR off the edge into the orange. Ethan with the support.
Going for the wrong player there. Down airs are connected, but Sandstorm is not afraid of that. A few down airs from the axe, it's not going to be that much, especially when they're both there, but the side connects. Ethan dodges out of the way. Nice sidelight, goes for that gravity castle down to get instead. Sandstorm ends up hitting Ethan, and VipR misses that side air, but he does not use the active frames there. Just the sidelight to toss him aside. No sidelight, and the falling Sair from Ethan puts VipR into kill percent. Can he do it? Sandstorm taking it off the side of the stage. VipR goes high, and the Sair does not connect, and now he's on the side of the stage, but anybody is fair game here. Sandstorm has been hit too much. VipR going for that side seeking the recovery. Connects. VipR's not dead yet.
Just over the weapon throw.
No ground.
Recovered safe to the side. Sandstorm rearming with another scythe.
Okay, there's that neutral light, but it doesn't connect to anything, and VipR is working his ass off to be able to get the forward. Okay, weapon spawns. Sandstorm and Ethan on the center of the stage, both holding onto their favorite weapons. The sidelight, and no, he doesn't get it.
Punish, but VipR turning it around.
Does he get the recovery? Does he get the recovery? Okay, downer comes back. Sandstorm and Ethan are still living, and there it is. No, the recovery. This is not enough. Too much damage on the VipR for that combo to work, and VipR going for that ground pound, dodges out of the way. The weapon toss it down.
The dive kick off the wall. He's got no more options. That's it. Sandstorm and Ethan are still alive. Going to game 5.
Game number 5. The Mirage swap was enough to be able to bring them to Game 5 there. He said, Tori's not working. That's exactly what I was expecting to see coming out of Ethan. The double scythe combo is definitely working out in their favor, and they're trying to make this into an NA versus EU Grand Finals.
Man, break glass in case of emergency to bring out that Mirage. VipR and Aggz0 are a 5-alarm fire.
And now we're going to be going into game number 5. They're talking about this map choice carefully because this could very well be their last. VipR and Aggz0 on the other side doing just the same. These teams are so great at communicating with each other. Sometimes you'll see some teams that are very stoic. They'll just be able to talk to each other where they're like, okay, you do your thing, I'll do mine. But definitely in this case, there's that synergy working together. VipR, however, has been put into too many 2v1 situations so far. Aggz0 has to be able to hold on to this. Now, I say that criticizing Aggz0, but like in the games that VipR and Aggz0 have won, they've also had Sandstorm in 2v1 situations. So they have to be very careful about the player that's playing aggressively and the player that's playing support. There needs to be a little bit more communication.
Yeah, and I mean, that's where they really shine. You know, VipR and Aggz0, they need that teamwork to really excel. Sandstorm, phenomenal 1v1 player. Ethan, phenomenal 1v1 player when they were able to split them. That is a serious frown.
I don't think Aggz0 actually feels that bad, but goddamn. That was I can't believe, how can his lips do that? My gosh.
It's the flexibility.
VipR,
you know, that's what lets him
VipR
run.
definitely is way lower tier when it comes to frowning than Aggz0 does. Aggz0's got those facial muscles going on, I guess. What do they say about that? It's much harder to smile, or much harder to frown than to smile or something. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, it's a bunch more muscles and everything used. At least that's what they say.
They're very clear.
But, you know, it's that kind of flexibility that lets Aggz0 play that front role.
You're right. It's that kind of facial muscle flexibility that allows them to do so well in the aggressive role here with VipR. But VipR and Aggz0 are sticking to their guns. Ethan's staying to the Mirage that he switched to.
I agree.
Sandstorm, and now we've got a. Oh, is it? Are we going back to the Great Hall? It's open.
There's Great Hall. There's Miami Dome. Small Enigma. Sandstorm and Ethan, they really excelled when they were able to split Aggz0 and VipR into 2 separate 1v1s. Even though they have those crazy team confirms, I think the rotation is better on the team of VipR and Aggz0, and that's what led to their victories early on.
And now we see a slight hover. This is a very big deal. Like I said earlier, this is potentially the last map that they're going to play here at BCX.
Careful decisions and small enigma.
The game 1 of VipR and Aggz0 set in winners finals is now going to be game 5 on losers finals. Small enigma is coming out here between these players. Who is going to make it in the grand finals? It's VipR and Aggz0 versus Sandstorm and Ethan, and already the first weapons are going over to Sandstorm and Aggz0. And Sandstorm goes off the side of the stage. Can Ethan make it through? He does, and Aggz0 accidentally connects with VipR. Not too many damage being exchanged here, and Aggz0 and VipR kind of keep doing team damage with a nice stop. Great team combo starting up there, but Sandstorm takes them off stage, and already all players are armed and ready for battle.
Ooh, Sandstorm just dodging right through. There's a little bit of that team damage going on to Aggz0, but the damage deficit is going the way of VipR and Aggz0. They're in the lead.
Aggz0 was a little bit late on that ground pound, but I like the idea. Sandstorm isn't able to get that combo into the recovery that he wants. Ethan getting knocked into VipR, and Sandstorm sent flying, disarmed here. Aggz0 in a similar fashion from Ethan, but VipR has been doing so well with these guitars here. Down sig gets stomped by Ethan's signature there, and now sent off the side of the stage. Aggz0's trying to do something with the sword.
Almost taking out Ethan.
Chasing Ethan, and Ethan ground pounds just to be able to recover, but Sandstorm gets killed for the first strike of game number 5, and sent towards him. Aggz0 with the side sig off of the neutral light. Perfect timing coming out from the red team, and Sandstorm already losing on neutral. The down airs for VipR.
Can we get another? No! Scythe recovery getting Sandstorm safely back to stage, sending VipR down. Aggz0 with the support.
And he gets in there to be able to get the chase dodge to get back to stage safely. VipR still on his third stock here. Same with Aggz0, and Sandstorm taking such a huge beating that sidelight manages to actually KO VipR there, and Aggz0 shortly follows afterwards by Ethan's amazing spear sider. Stocks are evened up 2 across the board.
Sandstorm just looking to hook VipR. No, Ethan sending him up and wide.
I like the recovery from Ethan, puts VipR back towards the stage. Sandstorm doing okay here, but Aggz0 with that falling stare. Doesn't care who he connects it with, as long as one of his opponents are being hit. Good, nice little downer for Ethan to be able to toss VipR back on the stage and use the momentum to travel.
Oh, Aggz0's hammer is so heavy.
And the Nair takes Sandstorm down to his last stock. Nair sends up towards Ethan. Nice cider coming out. VipR's trying to find something. Dodges out of the way of the down sig in place. The neutral light comes out, and the dive kick just barely dodges out of the way from Ethan. Sandstorm going to be able to help his teammate with the down air. The ground pound rather takes out Ethan. Ethan and Sandstorm now at death's door, and it looks like the controller disconnected again.
Oh no, not like this.
I'm wondering if they're going to keep rolling with it.
It looks like they're just going to keep on going. Ethan with one stock, Aggz0 and VipR.
It's definitely a stock traded in both ways.
Yep.
But like if
they're thinking they're getting a ruling over.
If the disconnection happened in the same way that I believe it happened last time,
yeah,
it's definitely not an issue on the setup side. It's just the issue with the controller of the player that's being used. But VipR and Aggz0 are just waiting it out, waiting for the competitive ruling. It looks like they're just being told to play it out.
They're just going to play it out.
Unfortunate, and it doesn't even look like Ethan's getting an opportunity to play it out as they go in for the team combo there. Neutral Sig just dodged out of the way with a stomp Sair.
He has
the weapon
3
toss.
stocks to cut through, but so damaged deep in the red, he's at death's door.
And that falling cider will probably just about do it. Weapon toss comes up, and Ethan ground pounds towards the side of the stage. Weapon toss does not quite hit. He's doing a good job of living with that. Well, and the side stick finishes it as the controller disconnects again. And I think that's going to be Game 5 going over to VipR and Aggz0. Not quite in the fashion that you would like to see it for an epic Game 5 losers finals, but
I mean, VipR and Aggz0 had a very clear 2-stock lead throughout the entirety of that last match.